Oh, hello there! Today I'd like to discuss things I liked in my adolescence that I still like today. Now, while other nerds are reading Marvel and DC and other superhero comics, I read horror comics. Now, when I talk about horror comics, I'm specifically referring to the ones that EC Comics put out. Now, there were some by DC and Marvel over the years, but they just really don't hold a candle to EC Comics. The three main horror comics they had were Haunt of Fear, Vault of Horror, and Tales from the Crypt. When I was growing up, it was really hard to find these comics. I remember I found this one, and it was the only copy in a whole comic book store. Every other comic was superhero comics. And the main difference between EC horror comics and superhero comics is that when you look at a superhero comic, it's a continuous story pretty much through many issues. And there was a point where I really tried to get into superhero comics, but I just couldn't ever do it because I'd pick up a comic and the first page would be in the middle of a continuing story, so I never really knew what was going on. And the characters kind of bored me. I mean, there always were Mary Sue characters. And there are a few good superhero comics, but the majority of them, I think, are crap. So, I really liked the difference in style and the different stories. They usually had 3 or 4 stories in each comic book. And they weren't just a continuous story, they were just short stories that were drawn out and they were in the horror genre. And another difference between this and superhero comics was that these were just drawn way differently with horrific scenes and, violence. It was just awesome. And I'm just going to show you what the drawings looked like on the inside. Now, as you can see, I kept these in pristine condition. And these are the reprints, the Russ Cochran reprints that are in color. And I didn't want to get the originals because obviously they'd be a lot of money. Plus, I actually want to read these, and I'd rather have that than a collector's item. So this is the Vault Keeper, and these all start out with either the Vault Keeper, the Old Haunt, or the Crypt Keeper. And if you've ever seen Tales from the Crypt, that's what these comics, that they're based on these comics. Now, I just love the drawings, the colors and the drawings, the use of purple in a night scene, and I don't know, I love the way they just drew every character. And this story is about a guy who gets lost in the woods, and he comes upon this dance, and everyone's in 1800s outfits, and he thinks that it's a costume party. But he finds out that they're actually all ghosts who want to murder him. And, this is a big difference between the superhero comics, because in the superhero comics, the good guys always win and all that horse shit. And in these ones, people die and bad stuff happens. So I just wanted to show you guys what it's like to read a comic book that isn't all about superheroes and all that other horse shit. And, I think these are way better comics in my opinion. So, thanks for watching, and have a good day. And